I used to listen to English 100% of the time. 100 audiobooks a year, movies, podcasts. Now people can literally not tell that is my second language. Or at least some people.
I'm not gonna get in this flumba, that guy that couldn't fix our car.
I never sat in grammar classes and I really never took English courses, only when I was very young. But I write essays with 0 errors and I study in the US. I'll show you how to build fluency by ear and what strategies and tools I use to speed up the process for me. So why does listening immersion work? Your brain is still a child and you will learn language the fastest like a child, not through grammar rules and books that are only meant for you to learn vocabulary and how the structure of the language works. Research shows that listening is a foundational part in language acquisition, even for adults, not only for kids. And the main thing I recommend to anyone trying to learn a language is listen to a bunch of audiobooks because they provide a structured way in which you learn something. And usually the vocabulary used in the audiobook is way better than in a podcast or in a movie because it's narratively rich. So you're gonna learn good grammar and also the more academic side of things. And having this context is way better than just learning grammar from a book because you have a context in which you understand what's happening, you understand the topic of the audiobook, and your brain will piece together the vocabulary and grammar way more faster. So in my opinion, audiobooks are your best friend if you want to end up being fluent in a language, fully fluent. And I think you should aim for like 50 to 100 audiobooks per year. And I know this sounds daunting, but there are a lot of things that you do in your daily life that you can add an audiobook to the background of. You can fit it in your daily life, like if you're commuting, driving, walking, doing chores, going to the gym, cooking, even through scrolling through TikTok, you can add an audiobook to the background. And you should also mix the genres of the audiobook. So sometimes fiction, sometimes non-fiction, so that you can learn different patterns and different vocabularies and different structure. And if you want to listen actively, you can repeat what the person said in the audiobook. If they say something in like a specific accent that you want to learn, then you should repeat exactly the accent that they used if you're alone and have a little more time. If you understand me speaking right now, I bet you can understand most audiobooks. And this is where I was at. I was at the level where I would understand English, but I couldn't speak it. And I didn't have that fluent that I have now. And words didn't come to me, like quite literally. Movies help with accent and culture and like pacing of the words, the rhythm of the language. And the main thing that you should do is not look at the native language subtitles, like look at the English subtitles all the time and then progress to no subtitles. Because if you're dependent on subtitles, that's bad. You can use some like Chrome extensions to help you with, like for example, if you have Netflix, you can use Language Reactor, which adds 2 subtitles to your movie. Like if you literally don't understand most of the things that are said in the movie, then you should use like those 2 subtitles, one in your native language and one in English. But once you start understanding at least a little bit, like I would say after watching 2 or 3 movies like this, you should be able to understand without your native language subtitles. And again, if you like how an actor speaks, or if you want to get their like charisma and if you want to get their like pacing and tone of voice, then you should literally repeat what they just said in the way that they said it, like repeat word by word and sentence by sentence and tone by tone. Podcasts are cool because you can slow the speed down and also make it faster depending on where you are in the language journey. I would say start at 1 because podcasts are usually slow when you talk to the person, but then as you grow more in your language learning journey, you should speed it up to, and audiobooks too, you should speed them up to 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. And if you understand that speed, then you would probably understand anything in daily life. And you would probably already have grasped the language very well so that you can speak it fluently also. Once you start speaking in English and being kind of confident in your accent and in the way you present yourself, and you can talk about most things, then and only then you should start learning grammar. And you can start by like studying 1 new grammar rule per week. That's what I used to do in the beginning, but after a while I just realized that just listening to audiobooks and podcasts a lot, like a maniac quite literally, was enough for me to learn the language. Another trick that you should use now that I'm using with Spanish and French that I did not have access to when I was learning English is AI, and a lot of AI apps too, but especially ChatGPT. I think if you pay for the Plus version, like the one that you only pay $20 a month, you can tutor with AI a language for like 30 minutes a day, where it has like perfect accent, perfect speech and tone and whatever. And then after those 30 minutes, you start getting the like basic model. But those 30 minutes a day, if you speak in that language with the AI, I can assure you that in like 1 month, you'll be fluent. Maybe even 2 weeks. If you stick with the 30 minutes, you're going to be fluent. And if you want to accelerate your learning, I definitely encourage you using Anki or any kind of like vocabulary building flashcard app. Just because you can get like a lot of vocabulary from just like repeating and changing on the flashcards. Like if there are words that you literally don't know what they mean, you can get it very easily to learn from Anki. I hope this was helpful, and I can assure you that this works in any language, not only English. If you want to start today, pick the easiest audiobook that you would be interested in and just play it in your ears for like 1 hour, 2 hours. And also prompt ChatGPT to do a chat with you today. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're gonna like this video too. Love you guys, have the best day of your life. Kisses, bye bye.